Hi everyone. We hope that you like that we're going to try doing some video conversations with you going forward. Well, it was really nice to end the day today with the S&P 500 up about 2%, particularly after this difficult week. Yesterday we crossed into what's known as correction territory, and that's down 10% from that peak price we saw in February 19th to be exact. To put that in perspective, the S&P 500 today is at levels that it was at last September. And we know we had a tremendous year last year. Our portfolios are also doing a little bit better than the S&P. So yes, you've given back a little bit of performance, and it's probably so far about 2 or 3 months worth of performance. From a standpoint of the economy, we got the University of Michigan survey this week, and that really said it all. Against expectations, the index was down from 64 to 57. That was a big miss from estimates, and that's a big move in the index. And it really reflects all that uncertainty out there. And as we've said before, that kind of sentiment data, we call it soft data, is in the face of really good economic hard data. The economy has been doing well according to all measures. Another indicator we got this week is the producer price index, and then last week inflation, both from February. Those numbers were even lower than expected, but suddenly nobody's talking about being data driven because we decided those numbers that are down didn't mean much because we're very worried about inflation going forward. Why are we worried? Why is the market moving around? It's because of this continued uncertainty. It's because there have been rapid fire messages coming out of the White House, and we can't yet draw conclusions. Consumers are spending less, but more importantly, business leaders and investors are saying, I can't pull the trigger. I can't spend, I can't invest when I'm not sure where policy is going. That's the environment in which we're managing your portfolio today as well. We see no reason to make a change until we know of a true policy consideration that's been confirmed or a decision that's been made. Yes, we may be looking at higher inflation going forward, but we don't know it yet. When consumers in the short term decide they're worried about spending, when business leaders decide to delay big decisions that they planned at the beginning of the year, then we very well may be looking at negative GDP this quarter. So I don't want to hear anyone worried about that or scared by it because we're not. That doesn't mean we're going to have a recession. It doesn't mean we're on a path to a recession. It means exactly what we are all feeling today. We just don't know where we're going. And when we don't know, we stop walking for a moment. We stand still. We get our bearings. We think about what's the prudent next move until we have enough information to choose that direction. In your portfolios, we did take some profits the beginning of the year because, as many of you know, we had large positions and big growth last year. We've let some of that cash sit there because we weren't sure where we would be going with it. For some of you who have balanced portfolios, meaning we were always watching your bond allocations, we have filled out bond allocations. We've bought more bonds in this environment. And both of these moves, higher cash and bonds, are also another bit of protection while we're in uncertainty. Even as the market made this great rebound today, reflecting some confidence that things had been overdone, gold made a new high too. And you own gold and you appreciate that in markets like this. But when gold makes a new high at the same time the stock market is moving higher, it's just another reflection of uncertainty. I wish I could be sharing with you today that we have a clear view of where we're going. Our job is to manage your portfolio in your best interests day in and day out with the information we have. We look at it carefully, we continue to monitor it carefully, but we too are working through uncertainty right now. We do think this market is probably overdone, but we won't be surprised to see more up and down days. Chris and I are building our wish list. We're not building a list of stocks to sell. We're building a list of stocks that maybe will hit prices that we consider very appealing, and we'll look forward to adding them to your portfolio for future growth. I'm going to be traveling the next couple weeks, but Chris has us covered on investments. He's available if you need to talk to him. And I wish everybody the best. I'll be keeping an eye on the markets too, but I'm in a time zone that's going to make it tough for us to talk. Have a great weekend and know that we're thinking of you and watching things carefully.